Hello, my name is Jeremy, and I want to talk to you today about exercise. Exercise of your faith. We've now had lockdown for some 4 weeks, and it seems we've got many more weeks of it ahead of us. Now, if you're a key worker, you're probably working harder than before. And there'll be some of you out there too who are still doing the job you've always done, but you're just doing it from home instead of in the office. Others of you will be very busy helping vulnerable or shielded people. And still others would have had all of a sudden 2 or 3 children to look after and have your hands full there. And clearly for you all, life is as busy as ever. However, many of us find ourselves locked in our homes, maybe by ourselves or with 1 or 2 loved ones, and a lot of time on our hands. Although this may seem like a bad situation, God often uses challenging times as opportunities. And so my question really is, how can this be an opportunity for us to develop our Christian faith? We're not the first, of course, to be locked away against our will. In the Bible, it happened to, for example, Joseph of the Dreamcoat fame. It happened to Paul, who was imprisoned in Rome. And it happened to John, who was exiled, possibly to a Roman penal colony on Patmos. And since then, there have been many thousands who've been imprisoned or exiled because of what they believed in. Amongst these, though, there have been countless examples of people using their isolation as a chance to develop their faith and to spread the love of God to others. St. Paul, for example, when in prison, wrote many of his epistles that we now read. John wrote the book of Revelation. And then more recently, in the last century, Corrie ten Boom springs to mind as someone who did wonderful work in the concentration camp where she was put by the Nazis. While the Romanian pastor Richard Wurmbrand continued to spread sunlight amongst his fellow prisoners in the communist jail where he was. We should look upon this time of lockdown as an amazing opportunity that probably won't occur again in any of our lives. We have to make a conscious choice. Do we try and grow our faith or not? Rather than in the same way, we have to think, shall I maintain my fitness or not? If during lockdown we do no exercise, our bodies will become flabby and lethargic. Similarly, if we don't exercise our faith, it too will suffer. Now, if your days are anything like mine, you've probably developed a regular rhythmic pattern of what you do and when. And so it shouldn't be too hard to fit in a regular slot in which you can exercise your faith. Rather, as maybe you go out of your way to tune into Jim's coronavirus Keep Fit to exercise your body. Or turn on at 9 o'clock to see PE Joe and his workout exercises. What form could this faith exercise take? Well, reading is one that springs to mind. This is a chance for some serious Bible study. Maybe looking at bits of the Bible you don't know very well or don't really understand. Or maybe it's a chance to read those books that you bought after Christian rallies and meetings with the best of intentions, but since haven't moved from your bookshelves. Prayer. There's a lot to pray about at the moment. But of course it's also a way to try praying in new and innovative ways, such as maybe through meditation, or through pictures, or maybe in response to news items. I've even heard of prayer walks using Google Street View. Listening is another way you can do it. Right now, media is jam-packed full of truly excellent stuff for adults and for kids to listen to and to watch. You can follow courses, you can read books. And of course, St. Matthew's website, with its daily thoughts and sermons, is also a rich source of things you can listen to. Then for those of you who are creative, Things like art and music and embroidery are again fantastic ways to come close to God through using those gifts and talents. And of course, helping others too is another way our faith can grow. If you can, you could deliver to the vulnerable, but even if you can't get out, you can still ring people, you can still email, you can still text. Maybe too, you could, through the internet, start to explore in more detail charities you support, to find out more and ensure that your support is better informed. Think it through. How can you exercise your faith during this time? In its 800 years, this is probably the longest St Matthew's has ever gone without holding an act of worship in the building itself. And with the closure of services, home groups and the like, we could be fearful for our faith. But there is no need to be. There is no reason why these challenging times cannot be a wonderful opportunity for our faith to grow and be strengthened, so that when lockdown finishes, we are ready as a church and as individuals to continue to serve God boldly in the community that we live in. Amen.